Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, October 9th, 2013. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Brett Heilman. In today's headlines, the tradition of the Yell Contest, the De Leon Rodeo will hold its 5th annual rodeo, a convicted felon is scheduled for execution tonight, London Wembley Stadium will host NFL season games, and today's weather. In campus news, according to the Texan News Service, the tradition of Yell Contest faced the possibility of being canceled due to safety concerns by police and fire officials from last year's homecoming event in Wisdom Gym. Because of fire code, a limit needs to be made on how many students are admitted into the gym. The Student Government Association and Tarleton Police proposed having all the Yell Contest participants watch their competitors on a projection screen in the volleyball gym. However, this did not settle well with students. At the SGA meeting on Wednesday, President Chance Serta and Vice President Alyssa Lowe heard the concerns of students about the change. Many students and Greek organizations worried that the experience of Yell Contest won't be the same for their membership candidates. Students started coming up with alternative solutions, such as moving Yell Contest to the football stadium, hosting the contest in a parking lot, and handing out free tickets on a first-come, first-served basis for students who wish to watch the event. This year, the participants will be allowed on the lower level of Wisdom Gym, leaving 1,400 seats left for students wanting to watch. In regional news, from the Stephenville Empire Tribune, the 5th annual De Leon Rodeo is set for Friday and Saturday at the De Leon Fairgrounds. Bobby Kerr's Mustang Act returns to the De Leon Rodeo this year. Bobby Kerr, a Hyco resident and founder of the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame, has been involved in horse training for 40 years. His noted Mustang Act was voted fan favorite in both 2011 and 2012 at the Supreme Extreme Mustang Makeover. Kerr also took home top honors in the Legends Division, and he has won the International Professional Rodeo Association Contract Act Showcase at Oklahoma City's International Finals Rodeo. Also providing entertainment at the De Leon Rodeo this year are the Concho Chicks Drill Team. From San Angelo, performing their specialty riding acts both nights, the Concho Chicks have recently performed at rodeos in Comanche, Brady, Eden, and led the opening ceremonies of this year's Woolly Bully Mutton Bustin' in San Angelo. The gates open at 6 p.m. each night with a grand entry beginning at 8. Tickets for the rodeo are $10 per person, with children under 6 admitted free. In Texas news, from the Associated Press, Michael Yall, 43, from Lubbock, Texas, is scheduled for execution tonight. Yall will be the 14th inmate executed in Texas this year. Yall was convicted of killing his parents, John and Carol Yall, in their Lubbock home in 1998. Authorities became suspicious about the deaths of the Lubbock couple in an explosion and fire that leveled their home when the remains of the woman retrieved from the rubble showed a lamp cord wrapped around her neck. Medical examiners determined 53-year-old Carol Yall had been strangled before the blast on Mother's Day weekend in 1998. An autopsy on the remains of her 55-year-old husband, John, disclosed that he'd been shot in the head. Their ex-convict son, Michael, appeared at his parents' home later that day and was arrested on federal firearms charges, and then days later was charged with capital murder for their slayings. Evidence at Yall's 1999 trial showed that he stole to support a $200 a day drug habit. At the time of the slayings, he was on probation for burglary and drug possession. Yall told authorities he shot his father, who caught Yall trying to steal his wallet, beat and strangled his mother, and then opened a gas valve in their home before fleeing. His grandmother, Viola Davis, 89, was at the home in Lubbock, died days later of burns suffered in the blast. And now for the Associated Press News Minute for national and international news.
This is AP News Minute. U.S. officials say the Obama administration will slash hundreds of millions of dollars in military and economic aid to Egypt. The move has been under consideration since Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi was ousted back in June. The Secretary of Veterans Affairs says if the government shutdown continues into late October, about 3.8 million veterans won't receive disability compensation next month. The parents of 4 boys in Denver face felony abuse charges for allegedly raising their sons in a squalid apartment and malnourishing them. The parents faced similar charges back in 2006. And scientists Martin Karplus, Michael Levitt, and Ari Warshel have won this year's Nobel Prize in Chemistry. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences cited the three researchers for the development of the multi-scale models for complex chemical systems. Matt Small, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In entertainment news, according to the Associated Press, Bruce and Kris Jenner have split up, ending their 22-year-long marriage. The former Olympic champion says they will always love and respect each other. The split was first reported on E! Entertainment News. No divorce papers have been filed yet, and Bruce Jenner will continue to appear on the reality show. Bruce has moved out of their house and into his beach house where their two daughters, Kendall and Kylie Jenner, spent the summer. In sports news, according to the Associated Press, London's Wembley Stadium will host 3 regular season NFL games next year, played by Raiders, Jaguars, and Falcons. Yesterday, the league announced at its fall meeting that it is expanding its international series. Already this season, Pittsburgh lost 34-27 to Minnesota in September, and San Francisco will visit Jacksonville on October 27th as part of a 4-year commitment to move a home game to Wembley. Commissioner Roger Goodell has championed overseas games for years and believes the NFL will someday have a franchise based in London. Goodell says that football fans in the UK continue to show enthusiasm for the sport and hopes that 3 games in London next year will attract even more people to the game of football. According to the weather, today's high will be 84 and the low will be 57 with a 0% chance of rain. Texan TV News is a product of the Texan News Service. Find us on Facebook and Twitter, and visit our website at texannews.net for all of your latest news, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. I'm Brett Heilman from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Today's broadcast was produced by Katie Tonkin and Sarah Hurd. Have a wonderful day, Tarleton Texans.